Welcome to my channel, Janelle the Enchantress, and today's pick a card is what do strangers think when they stare at you? So we have 4 piles, pile 1 on the left, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Take a few moments to take a few deep breaths and choose which pile fits you best, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, Pile 1. This is your reading on what are strangers thinking when they stare. So you have the High Priestess, 2 of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. So when people see you, their first thought is, I'll never see this person again. Like, there's almost this feeling as if they're contemplating whether or not they should rush in to speak to you, because it just feels like you're on a mission, or you're just someone who's passing through wherever they live, or you're in the midst of going on a new adventure or taking action towards something that you need to do. Like, you aren't wherever you are because you're just passing time, or because you're bored, or because this is something that you regularly do. No. You're there with intention. Your focus is often somewhere else, or this is how strangers perceive you. Like, you're not focused on where you are at the moment. So these strangers are staring at you, trying to figure out, should they approach you? How should they approach you? And what should they say? I'm also getting, they stare at you because while they're contemplating this, they worry about how they will come off if they approach you too fast. I'm getting this energy of not wanting to scare you off, or not wanting to seem like a creep, because they're also staring at you because they find you very attractive. Yeah, you have a lot of XCS appeal. You're very alluring. And so they're quickly trying to plan how they can gain your attention. But then there's another side of them that's like, pile 1 probably gets attention all the time. I'm also getting they feel as if you have to beat others off with a stick. So they don't want to be one of the many people who are disturbing your peace, because they also stare at you because you seem so at peace, so relaxed, so comfortable within yourself. And so there's a tug of war that's going on within them. And without realizing it, they're the ones who are caught in thought. It's like initially they look at you as if you're somebody who's a deep thinker, as if you're somebody who's searching for something. Some of you all, you come across as being unaware of what's around you. Again, because your focus is elsewhere. But then, after a certain amount of time, they recognize that they're the one whose focus isn't in the present. It went from them being aware of you and your surroundings or wherever you are, to them being lost in thought about what's on your mind and how to approach you, and whether or not it's even possible for them to attain your attention. You come across as very unattainable, but still magnetic. It's still alluring. So although you seem unattainable, they're still drawn towards you. I just heard access denied. So people stare at you because it seems as if their access would be denied. But they really want to try. But they don't want to be disappointed. Yeah, people stare at you because you come across as a heartbreaker. Also, if you wear makeup, people stare at you because you come across so glamorous. Other women want to know more about your techniques and the products that you use. People who are taken, men who are taken, they want to ask you about the clothing that you wear, or the perfume that you're wearing, or the makeup that you're wearing. There's something about your style that's different from their partner. So again, it doesn't matter if you are a woman who attracts men, a man that attracts women, whoever, man, woman, they that attracts the same sex. It doesn't matter who you attract. They want to know more about your style so that they can put their partner on game, or so that they can help refine their partner's style with something that you've inspired. For those that stare at you and they're single, they also stare at you because they wonder if they can afford to sustain your lifestyle. Yeah, people think about a lot when they see you because you come across as high maintenance to some people. Even if you don't spend a lot of money on your appearance, you still come across as well maintained. You still come across as high maintenance. People stare at you because they wonder if they'll even have a chance to be with you because of this. They're like, can I afford to date Power One? Does Power One even date people of my socioeconomic class? Yeah. Would Power One even be attracted to me? Others of you, people stare at you because they're curious about why you are where you are. So if you live in a smaller town, or you're visiting a smaller area, or it's more rural, or even in the suburbs, I'm getting people wonder why you're there. It seems as if you're too big for the area you're in. Like, you should be in one of the major cities in the world. You should be in New York City, or you should be in LA, or you should be in Tokyo, you should be in Paris, you should be in Milan. Why are you in this small town in Oklahoma? Others of you, they see you as somebody who's destined for success. Even if some of you all, because now I'm picking up on a different group of you, particularly those who are younger, who may wear shabbier clothing, or you may wear items that are more worn in. You still seem like you're meant for success. You still come across as somebody who's meant for something greater. There's a lot of wondering about you when people stare. And so with that, Power One, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye. Hey, Power 2, this is your reading on Why Do Strangers Stare at You? So, Power 2, strangers stare at you because you remind them of an ex-lover that they separated from. You remind divorcees of their ex-partner. You remind them of people who have rejected them. You remind them of relationships that ended up being dissatisfying. You remind them of somebody that they wanted to work on things with, but the relationship was just too much for them to deal with, too much for them to handle. It was exhausting. It weighed on them. You remind them of somebody that they were once really attracted to, really drawn to, but they couldn't keep the same cycles going. You remind them of somebody that they want to approach, but they know it wouldn't be for their highest good. So they're staring at you because they feel as if there are words that need to be expressed, but for some of them, it's just words that have been heavy on their mind towards their ex, not necessarily towards you. Yeah, because you're a stranger. So it's like they want to have all these deep discussions with you, but then they tap back into reality and they realize like, oh, this is not the person that I'm supposed to be working through these issues with. Yeah, people who are depressed, people who are withdrawn from life, people who are still going through breakups tend to stare at you. People who have been betrayed stare at you. Some of you all, you seem as if you're a playboy or a playgirl. In particular, if you're masculine, feminines who have been hurt by masculines who were F-boys, by masculines who were non-committal, by masculines who were always flighty in and out of connections. You remind these feminines of those type of men, those type of people, because I'm also picking up on dominant masculine energy within a woman's body. So yeah, you just remind feminines of those type of masculine energies. And a lot of these feminists still have unhealed wounds that attracted them to these type of partners. So when they see you, they feel drawn towards you. They feel that same passion that they once felt for whoever they dealt with in the past. Like, they feel you drawing them in. But as they're staring at you, it's like there's something that clicks in their mind. And mentally, they recognize that, oh, I need to maintain boundaries, or I need to cut this emotion off, or I need to be wise about my next move, or I need to be careful about who I'm attracted to or who I'm drawn towards. So while they're staring at you, it's like they're mentally telling themselves to separate their passion and their lust for you with a logical choice. And logically, they know that it wouldn't be in their highest good to approach you, so they fall back. And if you're a feminine, men or masculines who are normally flighty, who are normally playboys, who are normally cold-hearted, who normally don't connect on an emotional level in their relationships, they stare at you and recognize that they've met their match, or they would meet their match in you. Like, you come across as someone who's been there, who's done that. You come across as someone who has already dealt with their type, and you're not going to fall for the tricks again. You come across as a woman or feminine energy who would be very direct with them. No BS. Who's not afraid of conflict, who's not afraid of speaking their mind, and who's not afraid to lay down the law, even if they come across as charming and charismatic and attractive. I'm hearing you come across as someone who sees through the BS. So even if you all have a lot of chemistry between one another, you have no problem with letting them know that you're disinterested, or you would have no problem with letting them know that they're not your type, or if they aren't looking for anything substantial, or if they're not looking to be cooperative in a connection, then you're not interested. And so for my feminines, they stare at you because you seem very mature. So they stare at you because there's a part of them that, again, is very drawn to this type of energy, because it's like, ooh, this is someone who seems like she could put me in my place. This is a feminine that comes across as being very strong-willed. This is a feminine who presents herself as if she could give me a challenge. But then on the flip side, they recognize that you will give them problems, because although they're drawn to your strong will, although they're drawn to this strong presence that you have, they know that you're not going to allow them to be an F-boy. They know that you're not going to play games with them, and they know that that's all that they have intentions to do. So there's this energy of, should I or should I not? Nah, I know better. This situation is not going to end up favorable for either one of us. So let me separate. Let me keep it moving. Let me keep it pushing. For the masculines, I'm getting, they worry that you'll knock them off their square. Like, they're worried that you'll knock them off of their A game, their playboy status. For others of you, strangers stare at you because you remind them of their mommy issues, or you remind them of their daddy issues. So for my masculines, the feminines who have daddy issues, and this is why they're normally attracted to playboys and F-boys, you remind them of that father that was missing in some type of way. And for a lot of them, that part is subconscious. And so this is why there's a part of them that's still drawn to the type of energy you possess, or what you look like to them. Especially if you say, I'm not an F-boy, but you look like their father, or you look like somebody who was that they used to date, you trigger these daddy issues with them. And the same thing for my feminines. If these men have mommy issues, and the reason why they're actually playboys or F-boys, or they can't take relationships seriously, is because of the issues that they have with their mother that has gone unresolved. Your strong-willed energy, your presence that demands respect, or your presence that demands authority, reminds them of their mommy issues, their mother wounds. And Again, this is something that could be subconscious, or you could physically or energetically just remind them of either their mother or a woman who represented their problems with their mother. And this memory becomes intense. You become a strong reminder of this unhealed wound within them. And so for a moment, there's a tug of war. Like, I'm picking up, it's almost as if their higher self is drawn towards you because they feel as if they could work through this mother or father wound with you. Then they recognize that that's not going to work. That's actually just going to lead to more issues, more problems. That's actually going to lead to them going on a downward spiral, or that's actually going to lead to conflict and defeat. So they might as well just keep it moving. But for a moment, you almost had them, pal two. And so with that, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye. Hi, Pal 3. This is your reading on Why Do Strangers Stare at You? So, Pal 3. I immediately got that song Get Down On It by Kool and the Gang. And I'm getting that lyric that goes, how you gonna do it if you really don't want to dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. So what I'm getting from that is people see you and you ignite this fire in them to get up and get moving. Like, get out of their head, get out of their phone, and start engaging. So you may come across as being very social, very lighthearted, very engaging. Some of you all have a pet that you walk. Others of you, you dress really different, non-conventional. Some of you all are the type to just stand by and enjoy nature. They see you actively engaged in the present. That's the main thing. Because I'm really getting that some of you all are the type that really stop and smell the roses. I'm also picturing somebody on a skateboard. Others of you, because I channeled that song, I wouldn't be surprised if you're the type that does TikTok dances in public, or strangers would catch you doing a quick two-step out and about, or dancing around, or laughing out loud, or just being in the moment. That's the overall theme for you. You remind people how to have fun. You remind people how to enjoy themselves. Others of you, I'm getting, you like to go out to brunch. But when you go out to brunch, it's a good time. And if it's not brunch, it's just a restaurant. I don't know. I'm picturing somebody eating and they're actually laughing. They're actually talking with the people next to them, or their waiters or waitresses. They're actually enjoying music. They're actually enjoying themselves. Somebody else is at a museum. It's like wherever you go, you're participating in the vibe. A lot of you all make the vibe. And this is why people stare at you like, wow, life is fun, or life could be fun. They see you as somebody who's really popping. Like, I want to be connected to Pile 3. People stare at you because they want to form relationships with you. They also feel as if you are the soulmate that they've been looking for, or you are that friend that they've been looking for. Because when I thought of soulmate just now, it wasn't really in the romantic sense. It was more so in the soul tribe sense. Like, Pal 3 is the type of person who would get me. That's who stares at you. I don't know. This is kind of weird. So you all may have come across your soulmates in passing. You all may have come across some of your soul tribe in passing, but it wasn't the right time for you two to meet. But your souls recognize one another, or even if you didn't see them, they saw you. That's interesting. And so you were meant to spark some type of change in them. It's almost as if you reached a certain level that they're supposed to be on before them. And when they saw you, it triggered a change within them so that they can step into their authenticity. They can step in who they're meant to be. And when they get fully into that energy, or when they come full circle, that's when you all will cross paths again. Yeah, there's something about you that has no problem living out loud or just doing you. And the people who stare at you, or the strangers that stare at you, these are people who have been caught up in their head a lot. These are people who have felt restricted. These are people who have felt stuck. These are people who feel like they've allowed other people to dictate what direction they should go in, how they should live their life, how they should express themselves, what they should do, what they shouldn't do. And when they see you unabashedly just being yourself, you remind them that it's possible. Yeah, people stare at you because you spark this feeling of liberation within them. Like, they want to fight for their freedom. They want to fight for what's best for them. They want to fight for the life that they've always dreamed of. They want to embody a vision that they've had for themselves. You remind them that it's possible to hold on to that vision. Yeah, your presence alone gives strangers that stare at you hope. Your presence alone heals them. Seeing you takes their mind off of regretting the decisions that they made or did not make. It takes their mind off of what they gave up. Or it takes their mind off of like setbacks they've experienced. You remind them that there's hope to keep going, or just because something didn't work out in the past, that doesn't mean that they don't have the opportunity to create something new, or shift into something new, or go towards what they wanted now. Like, a new day is a new chance, a new opportunity. Yeah, people stare at you because you represent hope. People stare at you because when they see you, they feel like it's an omen. They feel like it's a sign. They feel like they were meant to come across your path. Yes, this energy keeps coming out like it was meant to be. Yeah, people stare at you because they feel connected to you on a human level, on a soul level. Like, these people have love for you. But it's not in a creepy way. It's not in an obsessed way. It's not in a stranger danger way. It's like they love you because you've helped relieve them of this idea or this feeling of being trapped, of being stuck. You've released them from their personal HELL just by you being you. Just by you waking up and going to the store that day. Just by you crossing the walkway. Just by you walking down the street. You became a representation of a solution. For some of you all, you really are a walking sign for them. Like, something that you wear may be a t-shirt that has a message that answers a question that they were just asking themselves. Or they could have prayed about something earlier that day or last night, and then you're wearing a sticker, or you have a sticker on your bumper, or you have a hat on that answers their exact prayer. It's really weird. And the funny thing is, I just heard it's weird in the best way. Yes. Shake people out of the mundane. You remind people that there's something greater out there. You tap people into the extraordinary. You make people believe that they can be extraordinary. Yeah. Pile 3, you're the representation of the unknown. And you spark this desire to explore the unknown. You make strangers want to go on an exploration. Some of you all inspire people to book trips, take vacations. Take a class. Do something they've always wanted to do. Leave their old life behind. Release what was keeping them stagnant. Release that was keeping them stuck. Some of you all, you even provoke this feeling of slight recklessness. But not really. It's for people who needed it, because I'm also getting this energy of people who are really strict on saving, but to the level of extreme. These are people who could hoard resources, hoard money, and you snap them out of this feeling of fear, and they decide like, oh, let me invest in something that I really enjoy. Let me take action on something I really wanted. I can spare the change. I can have a little fun. I can spend a little coin. I can enjoy some of life's luxuries. Others of you, if people have been in a slump or they've been too scared to go out on dates, you spark this desire for them to put themselves back out there romantically. So even if it's not with you in particular, they could see you with your partner, or they could see you with your friends or family or loved ones, and they are reminded of how good it feels or how good it could feel to be with people who are on your level, who you can connect with emotionally, mentally, physically. And you spark their interest in developing healthy relationships again. Like, oh, I know there's a soulmate out there for me. Look at Pal 3 and their soulmate. Let me go find mine. Or let me put myself out there so my partner can find me, or my people can find me. Yeah, Pal 3, you make people come alive again. Or you make them want to come alive again when they stare at you. And so with that, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye. Hi, Pal 4. This is your reading on why strangers stare at you. So, Pal 4, I'm getting the reason why people stare at you or strangers stare is because you look like you have your life together. You look like you are completely satisfied and content with who you are, where you are, and you don't have any concerns. If you are a mother and you have your children with you, or you're expecting, they stare at you because of this. They stare at you because you come across as a good mom. If you're not pregnant, they stare at you because you look fertile. You look like you would be a good mother. Same thing for you if you're a man. You come across as if you would be a good provider. You come across as someone who would be a great father figure for their children. Especially for women who are single and looking for the father of a child or somebody to be a father to their children. And even if you are a woman and these are single fathers who are looking for a step parent or a bonus mom, you look like someone who could fit the role. Like the vision that they have for their family, you seem as if you could play the part, or you would be perfect for it. You come across as somebody who is really hardworking. You come across as somebody who is really balanced, who's really stable. And I keep getting this energy of happy. But this is a different energy from Pal 3. Because Pal 3 was a little bit more free-spirited, where you seem as if you're more grounded. You seem more mature. You seem more relaxed, as if you've built yourself up to a particular place and you're now content with where you are. You're happy. You seem like you're fulfilled. As if you have everything you want because you went after it. Or some type of way you built it with a partner. So for those of you all who are already in a long-term relationship, strangers stare at you because you and your partner look good together. You come across as a power couple. You come across as very stable. I'm hearing couple goals. Yeah, for those of you all who are in a relationship, you really give off this energy of couple goals. Like, that's who I would want to portray myself to be, even if you're single. So regardless of your relationship status, you come across as who people aspire to be. People stare at you because you inspire them. They look up to you when they stare at you. Some of you all could drive nice cars, or something tangible that you have. Because this is not about just clothing you're wearing. This is about something that shows wealth or shows stability. Or others of you all, you look like you're in really good health. That's another thing. Like, you look as if you take care of yourself or you're taken care of. Like, this isn't something that can be achieved through a makeover. No, this is someone who is able to afford the best food, or is able to afford, top of the line water. This is somebody who's able to afford skin treatments. Like, you look very luxurious from the inside out. You look well nurtured. Or that you would be good at nurturing others. But there's nothing flashy about this. Others of you all, you come across as really natural. Some of you all are natural beauties. I think that was Power 1. I got that they come across as more glamorous, or they come across as they wear makeup, or they come across as if, they have a nice appearance. They wear nice clothes, or they may be high maintenance or bougie. No, you all come across as very laid back, earthy, natural, relaxed, but comfortable, but stable, but solid. And not even just physically, but emotionally as well. People stare at you because they want to ask you what you do for a living. Now I'm getting those TikToks and Instagram videos where people ask others how they're able to afford to live in a particular area, or they ask others about their journey as an entrepreneur, or what they do for a living, or it's like people want to know your life story. It doesn't matter what age you are. People feel like there's a story. People stare at you because they feel like you have a story that would be very interesting to know, or that they need to hear. I don't know, Power 4, like, yours is really straightforward. I'm going to pull some more cards because I don't want yours to be so short. I just keep picking up on Taurus energy. Second house. You look valuable. Yeah. Like, you look like somebody important. Like, it would be valuable to know you. You look like an important connection to make. You also come across as somebody who's physically fit, somebody who works out. Yeah, just keep getting somebody who works on themselves all the way around. Like, you come across as somebody who has control over the physical realm, control over the material realm. So you know how to take care of your body. You know how to take care of a business. You know how to take care of a family. You just seem very solid. If you're in a particular building, people stare at you because they think you could be the manager or the property owner. So people stare at you because they're like, is this who I need to talk to? You know how sometimes people mistake others for working at a store? People mistake you for owning the store or owning whatever type of establishment you're in. People stare at you because they wonder what you spend your time doing. Yeah, they want to know what you've invested in. What career have you invested in? How did you meet your partner? What type of relationship are you invested in? How do you invest in your children? How do you invest in your family? How do you invest in your loved ones? You come across as if your energy reads longevity. And this is why people are staring at you. As if you could give them some type of wisdom or advice. Like they could gain a lot from approaching you. Because you seem so peaceful. That's another reason why they stare at you. You come across as being very relaxed in your movement, in your mannerisms, in the way you speak, in the way you approach people, situations. I'm hearing the steps you take. You just seem strong and stable and relaxed and at peace and content. Yeah, I keep getting this. I'm telling you, if people are content creators, if strangers are content creators, they want to approach you to create content. Some of you all, you really are a big deal. I don't know who you are, but some of you all, this is not an assumption. You really hold a particular position in your community, in your company. You really do have a certain amount of status. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a celebrity, a business owner, a politician, a musician, an artist, whatever, you are well known. You are very influential. And people are shocked when they see you. And this is why they're staring at you like, oh my gosh, I really saw Power 4 in person. And Power 4 really is a big deal. Like, they don't just come across larger than life because of TV or because of the radio or because of social media. Like, Power 4 is the real deal. Power 4 comes across as strong, as influential, as powerful as they're presented to be through the media. Yeah, some of you all, people really do see you as the GOAT of whatever industry or whatever field you in. And so they can't believe that they actually saw you in real life. And this is why they're staring at you. Which I feel like you should know this. But maybe you just like tarot readers, or maybe you just wanted to know why people stare at you on a deeper level. Or maybe you wanted to get past the superficial. Or maybe you wanted to know more than the obvious, which is why the part about you being so influential came out in the end, because and now 111 is on the clock. So it's like, yeah, duh, you're a big deal, but you wanted to hear more than that in the reading. And so the last part was just the obvious. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Which I'm getting is what people want to do when they see you. Now, yeah, because now I'm picking up on this fan who is just like, oh my gosh, Power 4, blah, 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 blah. But they don't want to ruin your mood. Especially if you look like you're just out having a regular moment. So that's why they're staring at you too, because they're trying to contain themselves. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you for stopping by. Thank you for checking in. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye.